99% of crypto traders are about to miss the biggest bull run in the last 4 years. Let's be real, you are probably bearish and desperate. Crypto was not showing anything for so much time, you probably don't hold anything and just trade in and out. And this is exactly where you lose. Today, I'm uncovering secret sauce on how to win in this market in upcoming 2 months and why the end of 2025 is going to be the best half of the year in your life. Buckle up. The alpha I'm sharing today will help you to hold in all the money are made in holding. No time to waste, press the like button and let's get this thing going. Today, I'm not trading, finding longer term holds, so bidding shit that people would like in future. Today, this is one of the most important thoughts out there because this is truly something I want you to focus on, guys. Several assets that are present on the marketplace at this stage, they will be just reaching crazy, insane valuations in the upcoming couple of months. The way to figure out, the way to actually win is to figure out what are these assets and buy them and hold. And you have to think, you have to be able to think like in chess, 1, 2, 3, 4 moves ahead. What is appealing to retail? How this thing will acquire more capital? Why it will be receiving more capital? Why the value of this thing will be appreciating in the future? Right now, I even want to scream at this stage. It's crucially important to be present in the market right now at this stage and just making plays, just making sure. And if you're trading, if you're actually capable to get some more liquidity at this stage, this is just insane. This is just crazy because anything in the upcoming several months, anything out of liquidity you will be making currently should be at least 5 or 10x in the upcoming several months closer to the end of the year. The real bull cycle begins now. Wave 1. Here sources is sharing that essentially we will go to 250k, then we'll correct, then we'll go to 450k, then we'll correct, and then we'll go to $800,000. A lot of people are making fun in the comments about, man, these targets are probably too insane and too crazy, but are they? Do we really understand the supply shock mechanics that might be happening in this market? Because, you know, there are outcomes, outlines that regular people from the market, they're betting on, right? Some outcomes that a bunch of people are seeing that probably they're the most likely to happen, right? Which means they're wrong. Nothing that the majority thinks about that it will happen never actually happens. And it's a very interesting setup. Something else I wanted to share is that bear case 144, mid 169, and bull case is 192. And something you might think on here, well, if we just focus on crypto Twitter, if we just focus on current crypto market members, how many people would agree with this type of setup? I would say most people would actually agree, which means that most likely it's not happening. It's either we topped already and we are going lower from here, which I don't believe we are. I do believe that this cycle is actually going to be slightly extended. I actually do believe we will be going way into 2026 in terms of all this bull market, right? Which will create an ideal scenario because most people who are present currently, after all this like 3 years of fuckery, of holding nothing, of things that are just going down only, of being rugged in meme coins and get all the money stolen and things like that, it would be very, very hard for most of these people to essentially hold. And they would be seeing this crazy situation where random people are just joining the market, they're just buying into coins, and they are becoming like millionaires in several days. And these guys, they spent last 7 years like starting in this industry and they just hold shit, and like their brain is just too fucked up anyway. Like it just was hurted too much. That's why like they can't risk, they don't do stupid stuff, right? They don't do things that actually help you to make money in this market. I also do believe that we are finally going to see our alt season, right? We can see that Bitcoin dominance dropped 8% already since the highs till the bottoms, right? And I do believe that this drop should continue, right? This was just a correction we have seen on the marketplace. A bunch of alts, they pumped from the lows of July like crazy. Like for example, Hyperliquid is up 5x from there. Would I recommend to be buying currently? Not if you want to receive somewhat nice upside in this market, right? If you entered with millions of dollars, probably it's fine. Probably Hyperliquid is the play at this stage, although there might be some more interesting entry points in terms of that one. So I actually do believe that we are finally going to see this long-awaited alt season in this market. So many people have been screaming about it for so much time, and I do believe finally, very, very soon, this thing is actually going to happen. And speaking about the assets that I think you can be buying and just holding, and again, like you have to understand, this is like a very, very simple thought process. I want you just to grain this into your mind. What is the best onboarding vehicle in the market at this stage for new capital to inflow? You don't have to look for different entries out there because this thing is pretty much already proven by the market, and market just showing this to you. The best onboarding vehicle at this stage is Solana. Bunch of people, bunch of capital entered the market, crypto market first time this cycle through Solana at this stage. There is a very high chance that it will continue like that, and Solana will continue to be the best onboarding vehicle out there. What is the dominating ecosystem on Solana? Supported by Radium, which is the part of the Solana team, Solana Cabal, controlling the whole market out there, that is dominating the retail market share and retail mind share out there. Right now it's Let's Bonk. And there is a huge, very, very huge fucking chance it will continue like that as well. Because what? Because real teams are behind that. Real products, real people are behind that. Community first approach continues to keep Bonk ahead of the pack. It's Bonk ecosystem and jobs not finished. Bonk Fund outperforms Pump Fund with 6x the volume and 5x the revenue in the past 24 hours. Pretty insane. Something I also wanted to share is Radium is heavily supporting Bonk. Who's bonking right now? Like 100% this is Cabal play out there, because they have seen that 500 million plus was actually withdrawn, was farmed from the market, and in the next big wave of retail they want to be doing it themselves. And then you have to form up the question, okay, how can I take advantage of the whole thing? New liquidity coming in, ecosystem dominating, still increasing in the market share, still increasing in the revenue. It's real team, it's real product, it's real revenue. Do not follow anyone who's talking to you that like meme assets, on-chain assets, in this case at least, have no real underlying value, because this thing has. The main coin of the ecosystem is essentially Bonk. So how you want to make money with this ecosystem? You either low leverage Bonk, which is harder for most people because there is very, very high chance to get liquidated and not a lot of people essentially want to be on leverage, or you're buying the better play, you're the asset that is available on the market, and this is Momo. And like, this is why I just cannot stop talking about this thing, because on Solana, I remember last year when like Peanut was pumping, Giga was pumping, all these traders, guys, all these traders who are constantly like trading in and out, they get fucked so heavily. Now I was talking to some people, like some very, very quiet holders, they never talk anything in the chat, and they were just saying, man, I outperformed all of the market. I was just holding, I was doing absolutely nothing. These are the type of plays you should be focusing on, because you would outperform 99% of crypto traders if you would just buy and hold into an asset like this. Look at this chart. Look at this chart as well. This chart is absolutely insane. Like, these are the times you want to be buying right here. I can show the same thing happening on the main Bonk ecosystem on there. This is where we are currently on Momo. This is right here. And like, we are expanding from here 100%. I'm telling you that. There should be some more information coming. I'm not going to share anything more with you guys, but this is just insane. Double bottom, reverse head and shoulders, sideways accumulation in this range for more than 2 weeks already. This thing just looks prime to me. Ran also recently just shared Momo one more time in one of his recent videos as well. Let's quickly listen to that.
So here, I'm going to give you a choice of 3. The first one is Momo. Momo has the craziest community I've ever seen. It's a pretty new meme coin, trading at about a $20 or $30 million market cap. And I've just never seen a community that's this vibrant.
It's also a very interesting thing that Momo is being supported mostly by YouTubers, right? You have to understand, like, the equation, the trade here is absolutely, like, it's just crazy. So from one point of view, you're betting on the ecosystem that is onboarding the biggest amounts of people in crypto. I'm telling you 100%, Lance Bonk want to be the next Binance, and they will be the next Binance because they have support from the biggest cabals on this market. And secondly, you have the asset that people who are controlling the biggest retail inflows in this market are constantly talking about. YouTube is the next thing for inflows of capital, for the wave 2 in this market, the biggest, the largest wave 2 of growth in this market. And you have the asset that you can combine 2 of these things on. I want you to understand the asset you're holding. I want you to understand this thing, because this setup, like, it's one of in a lifetime. It's never happening again. It's never happening again with this ecosystem taking the market share. It's like buying pancake swap at the bottoms in the last cycle, right? Something I want to add as well. Diversification is a fucking lie. Warren Buffett didn't get rich by diversification. He went all in strong asset of his time. What's left for us? Crypto, to be precise, meme coins. Momo to billions. And most of you would think, nah man, like, it's not something I was taught in the books. Fuck your fucking books. How much money they made you? You only apply diversification if you want to preserve capital. If you want to make money, you bet big on one asset out there and you just fucking hold. And in crypto, if you're capable of finding the asset that you can actually just hold over months, and you see capital inflows, you see why this asset will be essentially more expensive in the future, and I just explained the whole thing to you. This is just golden. There is a reason why fucking Maxi bought 2.4% of the market itself, not getting supply from anyone, just bought from the chart. There is a reason on that. And it's not just Maxi. I just want you one more time to understand the whole setup, to communicate the whole situation to you one more time. I hope you will play upcoming several months well, because quite truly, the whole direction of your whole life might depend on how upcoming several months will be played by you. And the best action is to do nothing. Choose once, buy and hold. All the money I've been made in holding, and doing nothing is the hardest thing to do out there. Thank you very much for watching this one. Stay healthy, rich, and I shall be seeing you tomorrow. Bye bye.